Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Randall Herrera. And so, this is a follow up video to a video that I made at the beginning of this year regarding a space that I recently acquired to use for my photography. I do live in a small New York apartment, so I can't really do my portraits here. It's not really an option. So I did acquire this space, and it's far from a studio or a professional situation or in any way, but it is just a space that I can use. It is two floors. There's a second floor, which is kind of limited in how I can use. And then there's the first floor, which is bigger, but has its own set of limitations. Currently, the first floor has no heating or air conditioning, so you're kind of at the mercy of, the current temperatures. The second floor, like I said, I acquired it in the winter. There is heating, but it does take quite a bit to kick in. And so that's the limitations. Summertime is fine, the air conditioning kicks right in. The other limitation of the second floor is that the ceilings is very low, so it makes using lighting quite a challenge. Now, luckily, there are two windows there that I can use for a lot of great natural light. But again, that has its own limitations. I mean, you can only do so much of that before it, starts to become repetitive. The other great thing is that the location is in a very kind of up and coming, trendy part of Brooklyn. So it is definitely a lot more interesting, visually speaking, of a neighborhood than where I live. Where I live is just a lot of just kind of plain, working class homes, just nothing very interesting. So this part of Brooklyn it's kind of, a lot of industrial kind of area, some residential. You got the graffiti, and there's a subway right near close. To me, subway photos I don't know, maybe it's just a New Yorker in me, but subway photos can be very interesting. So I've been taking advantage of that. It's not just the location itself, but it's the area that's immediately around the location that I'm at. Also, the video I did some tests with for video as well. This is like some footage that I did with the xt3 with the Sigma 18-35 art lens with the fringer adapter. And as you can see here, I mean, just to sidetrack a little bit, but as you can see here, did a great job, I think, considering that it's an adapted lens with the autofocus. To me, it's doing a very good job. It's proven to be very useful combination for video or photography. So first of all, I apologize for this segment of the video. I'm just using the GoPro audio because I'm super busy and I just didn't have time to, really set up proper audio, right? In any case, so I finally got to work a little bit more on my space here that I've been using for photos. Initially, I made another video where I kind of showed you guys the upstairs, which is a small section, very low ceiling, and this ceiling isn't that high, but it's definitely higher than the one upstairs. The one upstairs is nice because it has that little window, so let me get some kind of natural light photos, but more I couldn't really do anything past that with lighting or anything like that because again the ceilings were so low that people would have to sit like on a super low stool or chair for me to be able to get lights at the proper angles. Over here it's still going to be a struggle with the modifiers that I have, but I feel like if I get different light modifiers I can definitely get I can use all my stands and all my lights and all that. So I've got the paper, as you can see here, I've got the paper the backdrop set up. It comes down pretty far. The GoPro might be kind of giving an illusion as to how big the space really is. It is sufficient. As you can see, there's there's a lot of junk here that I've got to go through because it isn't all junk. So but I do have to separate what is, because I'm willing to bet that about half of it is garbage. Set up. I have a photo shoot today. She's supposed to be here in 45 minutes. I've been here for the past hour setting this part up. My son helped me set it up because it was just way too heavy. It was just way too heavy to do it by myself. I could have, I would have had to have a ladder on one side, prop one side up, and I needed another ladder to get on the other side, and it's just like, I'm not in that good shape to do that, to be doing that kind of thing. So my son was here, he helped me out. His girlfriend was here as well, she helped us out a little bit. And so yeah, so I got a photo shoot today with a girl that I've worked with before. She's a nice, really nice person and all that. And so we're gonna get to shooting. And in the meantime, like I said, I got another 45 minutes. I'm gonna try to get all of this. I don't know if you guys can see this with the low light capabilities of the GoPro, but I've got to get all this sorted out. So we're all set up here. As you see, got my continuous lighting going on. I was going to do strobes, but I didn't have the Bowens mount brackets. Unfortunately, that's the hard part about keeping things in two places. I'm pretty sure I left them in my apartment, but just one of those things I got to keep track of where I bring my things. And we're shooting with today the xh1, xt3, and an old Pentax film camera. Doing a little bit with the fringer and the xh1, which is actually doing surprisingly well. I know when I had it on the xt2, I was getting a lot of soft shots. I am keeping my the focus points area bigger than just single point, as was suggested by the people at for the older xt2s and x pro 2s and xh1 bodies. With the xt3 you don't have to do that. From what I understand, you don't have to do that, but in any case, it's been working out pretty well, and we're gonna keep shooting. The model's getting changed into something different, and yeah, that's about it.